Sharing, setting up, and 2 seconds will be going live. All right, hey guys. Right. So we are live now on Facebook.
Yay!
And yay! As many of you know, my name is Suki Luterio. I'm a spiritual coach and a healer and author. And I'm here with my good friend and fellow spiritual sister, Kelsey Fox Bennett. I'll let you introduce yourself and tell my friends a little bit about you.
Yay! I'm so excited to be with Suki tonight. So my name is Kelsey Fox Bennett, and I am a healer, educator, and self-love and mindfulness coach. So I help people restore inner alignment and claim their most abundant life. I work with all ages, but I do over-the-phone coaching with adults and teach online courses and all sorts of juicy things.
She's so much fun.
I do my best.
I know, we just like laugh together, and I still can't believe she and I have never actually like physically met, because I can't wait for that day. I'm gonna give you such a big hug.
Same. Oh my gosh, yeah. But sometimes you just know we're just soul sisters. You just know.
With instantly. Yeah. It was that instant attraction. Mm-hmm. So Kelsey is doing an awesome course, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. But she and I have something in common, and that is that we're both highly sensitive. Mm-hmm. What has been coined as a highly sensitive person or a highly sensitive soul, mm-hmm. You can also hear it as empath. You can also hear it as light worker. You can also hear it as many, many things, but it's what we're going to chat about tonight. And mm-hmm. I'm going to open it up to both of us to talk about what it means to us in our lives and what it might mean to you in your life, and how you can actually use it to be a blessing and not a curse, right? Mm-hmm. So let me shoot over to you and ask you, Kelsey, what do you like? How do you explain to people what it means to be highly sensitive?
Yes. So, you know, it's funny. The first thing that comes to my mind is actually like, if people have told you, you're way too sensitive, man. Because I definitely heard that as a kid and growing up, like, you're so sensitive. Why do you take everything so personally? And, you know, and so that was kind of one very clear sign for me. But what I like to tell people, there's usually 5 things that I kind of go to when I'm talking about high sensitivity. The first is that you feel what others feel. So if you are in a room, and especially you can notice this like after being out at a party or being in a big group of people, if you come home and you're really drained, or you just had a conversation with somebody and they're going through something really harsh or hard or challenging in their life, and you go home and you feel whatever it is that they were feeling, you are still carrying in your body. And oftentimes just when people walk into the room, like, you can pick up on what people are experiencing. And so that is kind of the more empathic ability of highly sensitives. And then, and all of this, you know, highly sensitive people, what, you know, we were kind of talking about, this coined phrase comes from the idea that we were born with more sensitive nervous systems. So this is something innate. This is not something that we can shift or change necessarily. We can utilize it and we can protect ourselves, and we have all sorts of tools, which we'll talk about as well. But this is something that it's who we are, right? So along with that is that we can pick up on what others are feeling. Number 2 is that our senses are heightened and dictate our comfort level. So bright lights, loud sounds, all sorts of things. Food, sensitive to food, sensitive to touch. Like, I know some highly sensitives who like cannot wear tight clothing. Texture makes a big deal. All of these things is, you know, how we're processing sensory information, because our nervous system is on high alert All these things come through very loud to us. And so that's another thing. Number 3 is I find that highly sensitives, in my experience, overanalyze everything.
Analysis paralysis.
Yes. You know, and this is because that we care so much. And this is kind of another quality of highly sensitives, which is, you know, we care so much about other people. And kind of the 4th thing is that we want to be a voice for people who don't have a voice. And it's all related, right? It's all because we're picking up on what other people are feeling. We want people to feel better, because when they feel better, we feel better. So there's this idea of, you know, wanting to be a healer, wanting to be of service in some way because of this tuned in ability. And then the last thing that I always talk about with highly sensitives is if like overwhelm, and that sense of, you know, I know, for instance, I always think of my brother, who's sensitive in lots of beautiful ways, but he is a machine. And he can go and go and go and go and go and just kind of muscle through. And if you were to ask a highly sensitive person to muscle through, they would shut down. They would get sick. They would turn off. Their body would literally shut down because it's too much for their system to carry. So yeah, that's kind of the context that I share.
Those are excellent points. I actually can relate to a lot of them. And from my personal experience, what it is it's highly intuitive. You're also a highly intuitive person.
Yeah.
You're connecting with your 3rd eye, and I do a lot of chakras. So you're connecting with your 3rd eye chakra, and sometimes absorbing the energy of people around you, the earth. You know, I can feel the energy of plants, and sometimes before something major is going to happen in the world, something maybe highly negative, I might feel that, and I might literally feel, you know, sick inside. I might literally feel like I'm gonna purge, I'm gonna throw up, because I can feel what is happening around, you know, the energy and the swirling of energy around. And the shutdown is really, it's funny because what a lot of us do is we will trek, and then boom, trek, boom. It's like those puppies that you see on YouTube that are like falling asleep sitting up. Like that's how I envision it, because it's like, you know, there's only so much that you can literally take of the outside world, and then sometimes you just want to shut down, close the door. For me, this happens with the full moon. The full moon energy is way too intense for me. Super moon energy, even worse. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to be around anyone. I literally want to go under the blankets and maybe put some meditative music on and just be in my little bubble. Because I know the energy around me is so intense that it's just going to swirl me up and help me not feel very grounded.
Right.
So what can people who are highly sensitive do to live in a world like this?
Yeah.
This crazy world that we live in.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. And first and foremost is, to me, is self-care, is to listen to that. You know, self-care to me is listening with love and taking loving action. So listening to your body's signals of like exhaustion or overwhelm, or like you said, I want to curl up, I'm feeling sick. And even if it doesn't make sense, you know, like you were just saying, like I actually, when one of the traumatic events in New York City happened, the guy in the truck, actually, but anyway, traumatic event happened in New York City, and it was on Halloween, and I was so off. I was just so off. I had all these plans to go out, all these plans to experience, you know, all sorts of things that night. But I just felt so off, and all I wanted to do was go home and read a book. And that's all I did. I didn't check my phone. I had no idea what had actually happened.
You knew something. You felt something, but you didn't know.
I had no idea, but I could feel it. And, but I listened to that and I took care of myself. And I think that is step number one, is to, even if it doesn't make sense, to listen to your body and do what you can to care for yourself. You know, and then on top of that, something that I believe strongly in is having a toolbox for protection, for grounding, for clearing negative or low vibration energy, and for resetting, so that and when you go out in the world, being able to put on this protective energy, whether it's calling on your angels or envisioning colors or doing a meditation before you leave the house. Yes, Archangel Michael is my favorite.
He's my man.
So yeah,
that's my homie.
I know, right? I just envision him with like this brilliant blue sword, just like as I'm moving
behind me. Yep, on your back.
Because I live in New York City, and
I don't know how you do it, as being as sensitive as you are. I don't know how you live there. Hold on a second. Mishka wants to join us. Hold on.
Okay. Yay, Mishka's here.
Hello.
So fun. So much fun. She could tell. She's tuned in. I love it so much. But yeah. Hi, Mishka.
Hi, Mishka. You say hi?
She's fun. I love it. But yeah.
She's distracted.
She's distracted, but she's tuned in. And kids, man, kids are so and so any ways that we can give kids tools as well to help come home from the day, clear your energy, whether it's through essential oils, and again, through all of these there's so many lovely tools.
And Mishka's gonna just try and have her way with me with the boobies, like right on Facebook Live as usual. Come down. There we go.
Like, this is great energy. Let's pass this.
What I was going to say is building boundaries is really important.
Yeah.
And what I find is sage is a great boundary for me. Like it's like a creating of that swirl. There you go, or Palo Santo, or whatever that you prefer. But it's really good to create this kind of invisible guard that you're putting around your house and you're putting around yourself. As far as what you allow, what gets to come in and what gets to come out.
Yeah. And on that note, you know, that is such an exquisite power that we have that we forget all of the time, even with feelings or sensations in our body, to claim or to speak with spirit and say, hey, this is a lot right now. Thank you for helping me turn the volume down. Like we really do have this ability to speak to, you know, the energy that we're experiencing, and call in our support system to make it more manageable for us if we need to.
I love that. It's like, sometimes I'll just sit and I just say, this is a little extreme for me. It's a little much, and I just need, that's another boundary. It's creating space and time for yourself, and so I will sit in silence, and I mean silence, like complete silence. That's what I was telling you about New York City. I never hear any silence there. Like, you have to like soundproof your home, your walls, everything. But yeah, I need like complete silence to be, even if it's for 3 minutes,
right?
Even if it's for 60 seconds,
right?
Taking a breath, giving yourself a moment, and then continuing.
Yeah, because like you were saying, when our energy starts to go, or when our mind starts to go, we're just spinning. And so interrupting that spin and anchoring, I find, like you said, the Palo Santo or sage is really helpful. Essential oils to me can be really helpful.
Lovely. Yeah, love it. Lavender. Yeah.
Yeah, just come down. And, you know, as we're talking, I'm like hanging out with these guys is helpful.
So she's in the city, but she can bring, you know, bring the nature to the city.
Yes. Well, and, you know, I live in New York City, but I live in this magical place called Sunnyside Gardens, which is Queens. And
okay, yeah.
The trees, because I told Ballard, who my partner, my fiance, who's also
your fiance, yes.
My fiance,
congrats.
Who's also very sensitive, that I had to live in a place in New York City where the trees were taller than the buildings.
Good for you, yes.
Important to me.
Yep.
That's a boundary, right?
It's a boundary.
I know myself. I know that I need nature.
Yeah.
And we found this amazing neighborhood, planned community built in the 20s. The trees are 5 stories high. The buildings are only 2 stories high in our neighborhood.
Oh, that's beautiful. Very nice.
So I go out into the craziness, but here every time I come home to my street, if you look on my Facebook page or Instagram page, you'll be able to see pictures of me with the sky, with the trees on our street. So
nice. I love that. I love that. Yeah.
So, yeah, but it's important. It's a boundary, right? It's being clear of what works for us, knowing ourselves.
Yeah.
Knowing that we're worthy of whatever it is that we need to thrive, right?
So I think it's important that we talk about this course that is going to help people. Like if you have already identified with what we're talking about, and you're like, yep, that's me, then we have got an awesome course that Kelsey is hosting, and I'm going to be joining her as a guest. So I'll let her explain this this beautiful course she's offering.
Yay! Just thinking about it makes me so happy. So this is the second time we're running the course because it was so successful the first time. The participants had amazing transformations. I had amazing transformations teaching the course. And so we're doing it again. Registration closes this Friday. It's called Abundant Living for the Sensitive Soul, and it is an online course, so you can do it from anywhere in the world. And the course runs over a period of 3 months. And because we're sensitive souls, it is created so that you don't get overwhelmed. It runs in a 3-week cycle. So the first week you have a live coaching call with me on 4 different themes. And then the second week you'll have a live expert session, and Suki is one of our featured experts she's going to be talking about forgiveness with the angels, which is amazing. And then on the third week, you get to just integrate. You get to take that information and just soak it into your life, put the practices into practice, put them into your daily routine and receive support to know how to do that. But then you get a little breathing room so that you can integrate and continue on with your life. I know you got things going on. We all do. And then it starts over with a new theme, and we go from there for 3 weeks or for 3 months. And so the themes are grow your worth, discover freedom and forgiveness, create fierce and loving boundaries, and maintain a daily self-love practice. And all of this is to support you in claiming your most abundant life. In addition, you get a one-on-one session with me so that we can break through anything that's lingering. The work that I'm specialized in is called Brain Gym, and it's a form of educational kinesiology that helps us rewire our brain and body so that we can really step into and embody whatever it is that you desire versus just thinking about it, right? We want to restore inner alignment so that our body is like, yes, I can do this and I am ready to do this versus, I'm terrified. This is too much. Whatever it is, we're going to rewire so that you are ready to step into your most abundant life.
And what I love about her course is just the energy kind of created from the group. Yeah. Because I think there's something really magical about group coaching programs is, you're learning from each other, you're growing together. And just from doing it last time with you, I just felt, that community, that togetherness. And I think whoever signs up for this is going to just be in for such a treat and really enjoy themselves and really like step into like, hey, claiming like, hey, I'm a highly sensitive soul.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Like I can exist in this crazy world, crazy home of mine. For example, my husband is in, I'm sure he might like, he's probably going to hate that I'm saying this, but Bop by Hanson is on the TV right now. And he's in there. And I'm like, are you, like, I'm listening to you and I'm like, is he seriously listening to Bop from the 90s?
Hilarious. That's a great song. That is so funny. But it's true. Like, you know, life is wild and it's wonderful. And the more that we have tools to navigate it with ease, then yes, the more we can take on in life, the more we can serve the people that we want to serve and be of high service, shine our light bright without having these other things getting in our way. So
it's such a gift we have. We have such a short amount of time on this planet, and it feels like a long time. But then you look back and you think about, wow, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, like it goes by so quickly. This one, she helps me remember how quickly time goes by. Because I remember waddling around my neighborhood, 8 months pregnant, trying to make it around the block. And now I've got like Speedy Gonzalez with me, toddler, zooming around the neighborhood with me. Look at these feet. You know?
Oh my God, I love it. I love it.
And it's just funny. It's like, wow, where did the time go?
Yeah.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link to sign up for the course in the comments below, but I'm also going to put it in the above text so you can sign up. And if you have any questions, please, you know, comment below. Kelsey and I will jump back on to answer the questions because I cannot see them on, well, let's see. Actually, maybe if I pull up my phone, I can see if there's any questions right now. If you have like 1 or 2 questions, why don't you just send them our way and I will share them with Kelsey and I, because we're actually on Zoom right now, so we might not be able to see it on the screen, but I'm going to see if I can see it on my phone. Go ahead and ask any questions that you have and we will try to answer them. We will answer them. Try to answer them.
Let's see if I can see. I don't know.
Yeah. My friend Lisa said, working at a nursing home teaches me how to stay grounded more. I still get tripped up at times being a highly sensitive person / empath. Yeah.
Yes.
I can only imagine that, you know, being at a nursing home, being around people who are more grounded or might be at an older stage in life, you know, they might have processed it all these years and have learned how to process it better. You know, I mean, I feel like after years, you start to get a little bit clearer of an understanding of how to create those boundaries, how to, you know.
Well, and I think life slows down,
Yes.
you know, and I think that is something that trips us up in this day-to-day life, especially, you know, here in the United States. It's just like sensory overwhelm. You know, you go to the store and there's like 20 things to choose from, and you know, it's at every turn there's a possibility for overstimulation. So
we have a question from Daniel. Okay. He said, is the course geared towards women or all genders?
All genders. Everybody's welcome.
Everybody's welcome. Everybody's welcome. We're strange people. We're strange.
You get to do it.
We're strange individuals.
If you want to do this with us, join in.
Join in. Yeah. Do you any Daniel? You'd love it. You definitely would. You would love the course. If any of you have questions about what it means to be an empath or what it means to be highly sensitive, or if you think you're highly sensitive, and you want to know how you can better navigate, like, feel free to ask us some questions right now. I'm gonna leave it open for a few more questions here since we're on here.
Yeah, I will mention too, because I forgot to mention this earlier. You also, as part of the community that Suki mentioned, there's also giveaways and bonus meditations, so that you have these additional support systems and tools. The giveaways include things like Palo Santo and sage and scrub.
Oh, I love that. That's really nice
stuff, so that you get a little bit of in-person love as well, because I think that's important, and I want people to practice receiving, which is a huge part of claiming our abundance. So that is a yummy bonus too.
Nice. The Palo Santo, I have some Palo Santo too. And if you're going to look for sage, like don't just go buy any sage. You know, I always recommend white California sage, or I recommend that you know where the sage is coming from. You know the source. There's a lot of ones on sellers on Etsy where you actually like know the source of where the plants come from. Think about it. You're already sensitive. Don't just go and buy. Same with incense. Like people go and buy incense all the time, but like I'm a little bit more cautious as to my incense and like where it comes from, because it can some certain incenses really affect me. Yeah. And here's another thing I want to talk about. Food. Okay. Food is really just your way of saying it's your way of processing your environment. So if things you're eating are disturbing you, please stop eating them, you know? It's like listen to your body. And that's where I am right now. I've been not listening for a while, but I really do feel that gluten is not my friend. Certain types of bread in particular are worse than others, but it's just lately I can't do bagels, I can't do pretzels, I can't do any of that kind of stuff, like the real dense kind of breads. I just can't do it. And I start bloating up immediately. And I'm just like, I cannot do it. And, you know, it's even gotten to the point sometimes with certain liquors as well. I can only drink certain types of wines. I try not to drink beer. I'll start bloating up from the beer as well. So it's like, you know, alcohol is a toxin. So I remember a time when I was eating a lot of food that was really bad for me. I was drinking a lot. And I was wondering why I felt like crap all the time. You know, why do I feel like junk? But you know, I mean, and if you start taking a food diary or just writing down every time you have symptoms, what was it I was eating within the last, 8 hours, you'll nail it pretty quickly, the things that agree with you and the things that just don't agree with you.
Yeah, and I would absolutely agree. Food and also body products, because your skin's just a giant organ. Yeah. And I eliminated migraines completely, my own migraines completely, from removing foods with MSG and shampoos and creams with harsh chemicals.
Nice. So, I didn't even know they were linked with migraines.
It's huge. Yeah. Oh yeah. I used to have them really regularly, and I don't have them anymore.
Nice. Yeah. I switched. I don't do shower gel anymore. I only do natural bath soap, like made from real ingredients.
Yeah. Yeah, it's huge.
Things like that. In and on our body. Detergent. Yeah. I can't even stand the smell of certain laundry. I'll walk down the street and I'll smell other people's laundry and I'll just be like, that is so strong and overpowering. Yeah. How do you put that in your clothes? Harsh. It's all chemicals. Yeah. So it doesn't look like we have any more questions, so I will leave it at that. But I'm so grateful for you to come on here and chat with me, Kelsey.
Thank you for hosting. You're such an angel. I mean, of course you are, but
it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed our chat, and I know that whoever signs up for this course is really going to love what you're up to.
Amen.
Let them know when it's starting again, the course.
So the course starts the first week in April. And our first live call is on Friday. And so that's Friday, April 5th. But as soon as you sign up, you will be directed to the landing page where there's a welcome video waiting to receive you with open arms and get you oriented.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again, and we will chat again soon. I hope you guys have a beautiful night. Namaste, the light in me, Vasa, the light in you.
Blessings. Love.
Oh.